We've seen a lot of Spark in this module, but we still need to address some of the differences between the API across languages. There isn't really anything to be said about Python, as its API mirrors the Scala one pretty closely. It just has a performance downside, which has been drastically improved over time, and can be negated completely when using the NativeFrame API, which we'll cover when we review Spark SQL. Java, on the other hand, didn't gain lambdas until Java 8. So, if you're not using Java 8, then you have to be a bit more verbose in your code. Here we have a Java RDD calling a method. All throughout the course, we've seen the functions being passed into our methods via lambdas. But, since they're not available prior to Java 8, we need to create an anonymous inner class. Here, we're using one of the more common scenarios where the function takes in a parameter of a certain type and uses that parameter to output a variable of another type. All we need to do is implement a method named call, which matches the in and out types of the function we're implementing. Alternatively, you can create a named class that extends the function if you prefer. Now, what are the available options to us for the function classes? We've already seen the generic function, which takes in a parameter of a certain type, outputting either the same or new type. There are also function 2 and 3, where the numbers refer to the number of input parameters that the call method expects. Then, there's the flat map function classes, which are similar to the map ones, except the call method is expected to return an iterable of the output type. Then, for methods like forEach, which don't have a return type, there's the void function. Finishing with the pair function classes, which are the same as their counterparts, except they output a tuple2 containing key and value typed objects. All of these function classes, and some lesser used ones, can be found in the org.apache.spark.api.java.functions namespace. The last big difference is that, as previously mentioned, Java doesn't have implicits, nor is it dynamic. So you have to make sure to be explicit in using classes that actually contain the methods you're trying to use, such as pair functions. You have to explicitly create a Java pair RDD via a call to map to pair, passing in a function that will return the rows as pairs. Otherwise, you won't have access to efficient methods such as reduce by key or map values.